Hello children. We are going to continue with our lesson Minerals and Energy Resources. In our previous video, we have seen about the introduction and mode of occurrence of minerals. Today, in this video, we are going to see about the classification of minerals. India is very much rich in its mineral resources, but the minerals are unevenly distributed across the country. When we generally consider the distribution of minerals across India, the peninsular rocks consists of reserves of coal, metallic minerals, mica and other non-metallic minerals. The sedimentary rocks in Gujarat and Assam regions are places for petroleum deposits. Rajasthan is rich in non-ferrous minerals. The vast alluvial plains in northern part of India lack the mineral resources. That is, it won't contain any mineral resources. These variations exist largely because differences in the geological structure, process and time involved in the formation of minerals. Now, when we consider regarding the factors, the concentration of the mineral in the ore and how easy it is for the miners to extract the minerals. Then closeness and availability of markets and industries play an important role in affecting the economic viability of the reserve. Reserve is a place where the minerals are available. Okay. So if the reserve has some economic value, then it may become a mining spot. As we already discussed in the previous video, for a mine to get successful, it has to fetch some proper economic output. That is, it has to have a good value for money. Classification of minerals. Minerals are broadly classified as metallic minerals, non-metallic minerals and energy minerals. Metallic minerals include ferrous, that is iron containing minerals, non-ferrous minerals and precious minerals. The non-metallic minerals include mica, salt, potash, sulfur, granite, limestone, etc. The energy minerals include coal, petroleum and natural gas. Let's move on to the classification of minerals in detail. Just revising what are metals and non-metals. See, metals are electropositive in nature and they are very hard except in the case of sodium. Metals are malleable and ductile. That is, malleability means without breaking the particular metal, we can convert it into any shape. Ductile means it can be taken to its simplest form. That is, it can be made into thin strips. The non-metals are electronegative in nature and they do not have the properties as the metals. These non-metals are usually soft except in the case of the diamond. Moving on to metallic minerals. Under metallic minerals, we are going to study about the ferrous minerals. Ferrous minerals means they have iron content in them. Ferrous minerals account for about 3/4 of total value of the production of metallic minerals. These serve as the raw materials for the metallurgical industries. India imports as well as exports the ferrous minerals. On the image, you are able to see some of the ferrous minerals used in India. These have iron content in them. That is why they are called as ferrous minerals. Iron ore. Iron ore is the basic mineral and the backbone of industrial development. India has abundant resources of good quality iron ores. Some of the abundantly available good quality iron ores are magnetite and hematite. Magnetite consists of 70% of iron in it and hematite consists of 50 to 60% of iron in it. Hematite is mostly used in the industrial sector in India. On the image, you are able to see magnetite and hematite. Major iron ore belts in India. The Odisha-Jharkhand belt. In Odisha, good quality hematite ore is found in Badampahar mines in Mayurbhanj and Kendujar districts. In the adjoining Singhbhum district of Jharkhand, hematite iron ore is mined in Goa and Noamundi. Dhar, Bastar and Chandrapur belt. The regions of Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra. 14 deposits of high quality hematites are found in the famous Bailadila ranges of hills in the Bastar district of Chhattisgarh. It is used in steel making, and iron ore from these mines are exported to Japan and South Korea through Visakhapatnam port. Ballari, Chitradurga, Chikmagaluru, Tumkuru belt found in the regions of Karnataka. Large reserves of iron ore is found here. The Kudremukh mines located in the western Ghats of Karnataka are 100% export unit. So these mines are used only for the export purpose. The Kudremukh deposits are known to be one of the largest in the world. The ore is transported as slurry through a pipeline to a port near Mangaluru. See, slurry here means water is added to the mineral particles. Okay, it is made into a semi-liquid mixture. That particular semi-liquid mixture is sent through a pipeline to a port near Mangalore or Mangaluru. Next, Maharashtra Goa belt. It is in the Goa and Ratnagiri district of Maharashtra. Here, the ores are not of good quality, but they are used to the fullest. Iron ore is exported through Marmagaon port. Manganese. Manganese is mainly used in the manufacturing of steel and ferromanganese alloy. If we need to manufacture 1 ton of steel, then we will be requiring 10 kg of manganese. Manganese is also used in the manufacturing of bleaching powder, insecticides and paint. On the right hand side, you are able to see the image of statewide share in the production of manganese in India according to 2016 and 17 data.